Madagascar is 70 million years old.
Fun
What about
facts
Greta
with
Thunberg?
Spicy Pork. So, let me actually start to play something so that it registers.
Oh wow.
Scare.
Oh, wow.
Script.
You have one day left to get every month of Nitro. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Nobody wants to use Nitro.
Nobody
Neither did
is going to use Nitro.
A lot of people use Nitro, and it's kind of unfortunate.
Oh, you know this conversation that you were having, but you don't want to clog up the chat with messages? Now you can have a side chat attached to a message. But if you don't say anything for 24 hours, it's deleted forever.
That just sounds complicated and unnecessary. Why not just have a DM? Oh, wait!
Yeah. And then Telegram's like, but why are you charging people for that? And why does it fucking disappear, though? We're just gonna
Why
do
are you
that
gay?
better.
Telegram over here. Why are you gay?
Why? Why are you running? So, the snowdrift is melting. You can actually see some of the beach now.
Yeah.
Everyone's back at the shuttle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. That is still very quiet for some reason. That's better. Well, be characters. do
Okay.
that thing where you play pretend for 4 hours.
Let's see. Was everybody back inside?
Yeah, everyone's back in the
Okay, I
ship.
thought so. Alright, so let's see. Crap, what was I gonna have Vivian do? I don't remember. Somebody do something.
As I recall, Raven was being a useless bird and just squawking on the floor.
I'm kind of sort of busy in the session, with the whole operating with hot metal glue.
Yes, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, so I still got like a few hours because I don't want to burn myself.
That makes sense.
But you're from a desert. I thought you were resistant to heat.
Not a Vivian. Wait. There's that brief moment of, that's a bad idea, don't do it. And he listens and he's like, in his head, walks up to Vivian, puts hot ass metal on, wakes up in a fucking hospital.
That shit stings!
Ew. Why are you like this?
Radiation, and just fucking leaves.
I think that would be an acceptable reason.
Right?
That would be an acceptable response.
No dick, no balls, and probably no butthole, because this guy probably feeds off radiation.
Getting another one he could do. I used to sleep on top of the big rattling part of the Lancer for that went in my head all night.
Oh, so your brain is literally part slush.
Hey, 41 rolls! I only have 209 more to go. Then I can legally classify as a problem again. Victory.
So, what's the party going to do today?
Not die.
Aside from that, well, dying is always an option.
Attempt to not die.
Death is for the weak.
Vivian is going to attempt to get more scanning in and exploring.
That sounds like a solid plan.
She has some sort of device that can guide her back to the ship. in case she goes too far away.
Oh my
Stick
god, someone
around for
finally
Jedi.
thought of it. Yes, you can print out a beacon.
Hey, is Jade still in cyberspace doing cyberspace things?
No.
Oh,
They needed a break after being slapped over the fucking head with a legal document too big for their brain to actually process all at once.
ugh.
So she'd probably come back from the nav place, just kind of holding her head. I don't know what happened, but
You okay?
someone please. I'm fine. I just don't remember what happened. I was sitting with the VI on a beach, and next thing I know, my head was hurting.
Probably masturbating. You don't want to interrupt her when she's doing that.
She was not masturbating. She was sitting on a chair, and she was sitting on a lounge chair on the beach, drinking some alcohol. And
Or at least you assume it was alcohol.
VI equivalent of alcohol. And after that, I
Vethylene.
don't
It's like ethanol, but
You actually know what the VI equivalent of alcohol is. They'll purposefully store like bad crushes and corrupted pashes, and then just down it all at once and fucking go through it a little bit at a time.
She was
It's
drinking.
essentially like poisoning themselves, but I mean, isn't that what humans do?
Yeah.
is it really poison for us?
Yes.
It
But
is
it
legally
kills
classified
lesser
as a poison,
species.
yes.
The solvent. Ethanol is a solvent.
What is Jaeger then?
Nasty.
Also a poison.
Oh, Jaeger is delicious. What do you mean?
Alright, then go eat some fucking black licorice.
I don't like black licorice.
Then why do you like Jaeger?
They also
Just
don't want to grow
do.
tits. They already got tits.
You leave my man tits out of this.
Well, as the acting NCOIC of the shop said today, when I was like, yeah, no, I need to lose some more weight. I'm going to go back on keto at some point, as the topic of discussion was. It's like, you ain't fat, you're just juicy. I'm like, oh, God.
Careful of that one.
The whole shop was exceptionally gay today, and I don't know why. Like, it's usually, like, just a little bit like, eh, but today it was full on. Hi, boys!
But no, Jade's gonna see if she can get some like Tylenol or ibuprofen, some acetaminophen.
He's probably seen a fucking
Yeah, you can get some Tylenethanol.
Yeah.
Oh god, it ends in null. It's probably gonna make you die.
Just need some ibuprofen.
It just ends in null. Oh no.
Is there anything that the enemy taught you? Ibuprofen works for everything.
Vitamin I, baby.
Yep. I got my fucking fair share of vitamin I. Oh, you sprained your ankle? Here's some ibuprofen. Put some ice on it.
Oh, dude, schools do the same thing. Vitamin I is just ice.
Oh, you bumped your head? Here, put some ice on it. Oh, you twisted your ankle? Put some ice on it.
Lost your
Oh,
arm?
you broke your nose? Busted your nose open? Here's some ice.
You ran full force between two doors and somehow didn't see the big fucking metal bar in the middle that they latched to.
Here's some ice.
You did not know that buildings are so heavily affixed to the ground until you run into one of those.
I'm pretty aware of that fact all the time, actually.
No, I got a fact for you.
Oh no.
You don't realize how high off the ground a tank turret is until you fall off of it.
It's pretty
They're
up
like 8
there.
feet off the ground, ain't they?
Huh?
Like 8 or 9 feet, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
the ground like flees when you fall from one of those things.
It does. Because I've experienced it.
It doesn't want to be hit either.
Because
Like, oh god.
I was being a dip, and I accidentally fell off a tank backwards, landed on my back. All the air left my body.
It's like, you are too stupid to have us contained within you right now. We're going to come back later and you've learned your lesson.
We're gonna come back in about 5 minutes, which is about how long it took me to catch my breath.
And everyone was laughing the whole time.
Especially the
Because
tank commanders.
I would have liked to have seen somebody boop somebody else off of a tank with the main barrel. Just,
Well, that's a story for another time. Jade's gonna go see if she can get some whatever null.
that is all.
Tyler ibupropanol? Yeah.
Yes.
She seems to have run out of her daily allotted amount of cethium.
What?
Rapidly dwindling cethium supplies.
What is cethium?
It's an excellent coupling to go with another, or what is it? Tandem drug to go with copium.
What is copium?
I know it actually counteracts copium. If you
That's how you get
take
back
it
to
in,
normal.
if you take it in too high of a dose, it counteracts copium.
What? Is this a joke I'm not getting?
Yes,
No, it's a science.
that's right. Take your cethium.
Have you?
I'll take you to Sunday church. Tell Mog that you've been being a bad boy.
Ooh.
Alright, so you get your drugs,
Yes.
deal with the headache.
Yes. And then
Right.
she's going to venture outside again, making sure she has her notepad, gloves, and her pokey stick.
Right.
Vivian's gonna go along with her.
Okay. Give me a perception check if you're looking around.
Okay. Now, she's going to go the opposite way of where she found the tide pool.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going down one direction of the beach, she's going to go down the other in search of more tide pools.
Let's see. That is my magic table, and so I do not need that. I'm looking for this table.
You have a magic table?
So
What does it
Vivian
do?
gets a mighty 34. Right? Yes, 34.
A teal dice is doing the thing again.
What is it doing?
It's just not rendering the dice for some reason. And because it can't render it, it's not displaying a value. I don't know why it's broken,
Well, that's a
but
fail.
I'm just gonna have to use my phone. So what'd you get?
A 1 plus 2, so 3.
Oh,
Not four?
nice.
So yeah, Vivian's was 34 because it's 33 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Should I use the tiny dice?
So you're gonna get to re-roll that.
Who, me?
Of us.
Yep.
Both of us?
No, not you. You actually succeed.
Did we really match nat ones?
First roll of the night, baby.
Oh, let's fucking go, baby. 35 plus 2, 37.
Starting off strong. Let's go.
Are we doing it again?
Yeah.
Are we rolling again?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you break the
8.
game, give Raven
7
flash
plus
damage.
8. 7 plus 2.
It's
No,
a
wait,
good
no,
thing
7 plus
that,
2. That's a 9.
world breaks are turned off right now.
7
Yeah,
plus
that's what
2,
you-
9.
A 9? Okay. Well, that is definitely a fail.
Okay.
But
Like I said, 7 plus 2, 9.
yeah. But you're scanning across the beach and you're watching the little streams getting carved out of the sand, carrying little chunks of snow with it. Vivian, on the other hand, notices something glimmering near the shoreline, or not the shoreline, the forest line. And
Feeling.
approaching it, they notice that there's some sort of metallic sphere half buried in the sand here.
Okay, she's going to scan it, and she's going to kind of wave at Jade. Hey, Jade, come here.
Jade will go over that way. Yes?
I found something. So she's in the process of scanning it as she inspects it. She's not going to touch it quite yet.
Jade.
Alright, so you point your laser scanner at it, and it comes up with a what the fuck is it called? You know, it's that one of those moments I was just thinking of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of a fucking Interrobang. That's why I'm not able to remember it.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, no. Fucking, it's just called an exclamation mark. Duh. And, the screen has a yellow border around it with black striations across the rest of the screen. And it comes up with a scan result for Pyrocrete.
Pyrocrete?
Yeah.
Isn't it
Or I guess it
refractory
would be
chemicals?
Cyanocrete. It's a psychically active material.
Oh, rock brain!
And so she's gonna like, okay, never mind, don't come here. And she's going to make her way away from it.
Alright.
Yeah, the smart cat goes, nah.
So, Jade, you said you were coming over to see what they were calling you over for.
Yes. Jade's gonna let her do the scanny do thing,
Yeah.
and then
And then they said never mind and started walking away. So,
Jade's
yeah,
gonna
she's giving it a wide berth.
Jade's gonna ask, "What is it?"
Did you say it was Sinocrete?
it's... I'm trying
Pyrocrete?
to combine, like, psionic and concrete, so I guess cyanocrete? Psycrete? Psycrete sounds better.
Yeah, cyanocrete sounds like it might kill you if you get too close or lick it.
The great
like,
cyanocrete stalks its prey.
Jade's gonna poke it with her stick.
Maybe would have intercepted her before she got near it.
Go ahead and give me a... I want to call it a reflex check, but that's going to be a dexterity.
Dex check. Okay. I have no bonuses to Dex. Let's see, what do we got?
Vivian.
52.
Vivian is the one that I was asking you to do that because they're
sorry.
trying to stop you from touching the thing. But if you want to try and stop them from stopping you...
Just swats at hand.
No.
No, stop it.
Yoink. So let's see, you said dexterity?
Yeah.
Alright, so I got a 53.
Alright. That will be enough. Since they're not actively trying to stop you, apparently.
Yeah.
Just kind of...
She's like, yeah.
What do you do to try and stop them from poking it?
What she was gonna do is basically like reach over and grab her and haul her away from it.
Picks up an entire jade.
Why am I being carried away?
Because that
Again.
is dangerous.
Don't look dangerous.
It looked like a ball of. Would you say Psycrete?
Yeah, that's what the scanner gave you.
Okay.
As for
Like
its
ball of
appearance, it's
Psycrete.
kind of... It almost looks like it's been polished to like a metallic sheen. It's got sort of a purplish crystalline substructure of some kind. Like, you know when they mix colored rocks into concrete or like, bits of glass? That's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
So little shiny pieces.
Yeah, like little purple crystals.
So she's kind of going to make a note of its location, just kind of remembering and I can't remember if they had communicators.
Yes, the captain will have given everybody a little earpiece that, attaches to the communicator. the translator thing that everyone should have,
Yeah.
All right.
which
So she's gonna
could short out if you're not careful, but it's not very common.
mention it, and she's gonna tell the captain about it and where exactly it is.
All right, I'll come check it out. Let me get some proper tools for it.
Good idea. I was just about to ask about that.
And we're
So
gonna need
she's
a
going.
laser drill, probably.
Just that bird is going to queue up to laser. I can help.
Why do you care about lasers?
I can burn people's wristwatches off or blind them so I can steal their. I don't know why this is a hard question. What are we doing? Let's help.
Well, I'm queuing up a form of this mining laser that I have here, and he holds up a sort of U-shaped pistol device. And, I'm gonna mount it to whatever they found and take a quick sample, see if I can confirm the registry or if it was just something that got surface coated.
I will keep this in mind. But yeah. I am now helping. Just point me what to do.
Alright, go ahead and go down and collect, like, a pail of sand. Because we're going to need a little bit of glass for this thing, and I don't really feel like converting matter right now.
Copy that. I'm assuming that there is a bucket to grab, or does it need to be printed?
He still has a little plastic pail with a rope tied to it at the top of the lift, just kind of off to the side by the wall.
Perfect. Gonna send the lift down and yort the bucket down there while holding onto the end of the rope. And attempt to gather.
It piffs pitifully against this wet sand.
Yeah, I just imagine like when you throw a little kid's bucket down and go plunk.
It's like, Well, he'll tie it off on a nearby handle and dive down there himself. Alright, scoop and... Oh, fuck. Gotta write it down. Grumbly bird noises. Puts the pail back on the lift and pushes the button to go back up with the bucket. Just stupid kid. I need a better bucket.
That'll be enough. He'll put it into the little... Ooh, ow. Back just cracked. He'll put it into the reclamation chamber. And after a couple of minutes, what pops out is this little extruded tube framed gantry device with what looks like half circle clamps on the sides underneath the entire assembly. There we go. Let's go see what this rock is about.
I wonder if I could clamp one of these onto one of those turtles to get an idea what its shell's made out of.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Well, then again, that might be rude. We do have a friendly turtle-esque individual on the ship. I'll hold that up for later.
Oh no, I don't mind. They are of no consequence to me.
I will kind of... And okay, I remember this for later. I will relay relevant data later. But for now, Raven's gonna plunk or pick the 2B entry looking thing and just like, where are we going?
Well, Vivian said it was over there somewhere, so let's just poke around until we find it.
She will be kind of in the area, but definitely like a significant distance away, and making sure that Jade doesn't go over there too.
Yeah, we don't want to let the embodiment of Murphy's Law poke things in the forest.
Jade
They're
will
totally the one that
not
puts that
go
around.
that way. She'll just follow Vivian along with her stick.
Well, as the others come by, she will point in the direction of where it is. And like, that spot right over there. Just be careful.
Oh, Bird sees the thing and cranks up their little headband to a maximum and approaches the ball in question.
It glitters as snow runs off of its top, and the rising local star kind of shines across it, and kind of beautifully situated, half buried in the sand, all menacingly.
It's a good thing this is just a mundane sphere that I'm going to attach a laser drill to while everyone else stays back at a safe distance. Cough, cough.
Fucking Flim, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the guy's an asshole. But Bird's gonna go about setting up the thing. And clamping adjust alignment. There's no bubble level on this.
It doesn't need one.
Oh, auto adjust? Alright, I'm gonna push go. Kind of like shields himself with one wing and then pokes it with the other hand. There we go. Don't look at the beam.
It only has one button.
Exactly.
Jade
It's
just
an emergency stop button, and pulling the stop out turns it on, and pushing the stop in shuts it off.
This thing is barbaric and I love it.
So you pull the stop out, and it quickly jumps to 1/4 of the rig, and then slowly transitions across the x-axis and then across the y-axis, and centers itself over the stone that you placed it on, and starts lasering.
Oh god, the thing's zippy.
meow, meow.
I wouldn't stand there.
That's a fair point. Kind of hops back. I should have printed laser goggles. I'm gonna go blind. I can't stop. Oh my god, it's bright.
The brightness of the surface of the stone fucking arc flashing out of existence dims as it drills down into the stone, and all you see is like wisps of smoke pouring out of the literal micron-sized hole.
It would look just like an arc flash or like an arc weld.
It literally is an arc flash. You're taking energy and you're putting a lot of it in one spot. That's
Good
what
job,
an arc
bud.
flash is.
It really is.
You should have had your pancake on your face.
What's the caloric safety distance I need to be at as to not
The
burst into
caloric
flames?
safety distance.
Yes, that's how they measure fire protection and blast protection in arc flashes by kilocalories per second or per centimeter squared.
Oh yeah, well that's explosions.
I
I'm
have a
aware that you can convert everything into calories, but like I
1
don't
gram
think
of
that
uranium is 1
applies
billion
here. I think
calories.
you're looking at watts.
Pews.
Yeah, can I get that measurement in Siemens? How many Siemens per second is that?
I don't know, about 16 billion sperm cells. I don't know what a.
I don't know. You
Why
give
would
me
you use this?
give me about 45 minutes, and I can give you at least 300 million swimmers. Excuse me, 1 mega Siemens. I love that that's a word.
And because I'm a child, we're just going to reference that one Rick and Morty episode and go away from there. God, shut up.
Oh my god. Wait. What was it?
How about true level?
How about true? Oh god, yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah. That was a
You
good
guys
one
didn't
too.
realize that you've been walking on a true level shift this whole time.
Oh, but yeah,
Oh,
hey.
we have?
Speaking of Mega Siemens,
No.
there you go.
But
I'm not
no.
sorry.
Jade's gonna yell back at Raven. Don't die! You'll make my doc good money.
Yelling back at Raven, who's like 10 feet away.
I'm right here. I'm not deaf. You.
Oh no.
The small rock.
Captain will kind of trot in place a little bit, digging at the sand with his front hoof. The sand feels sharp.
Jade watching this. Oh my god, that's cute.
Captain, Jade's objectifying you.
No, I'm not.
Hey,
Stating a
later.
fact.
He'll give Raven a swat on the back. Go get it.
Ah. Wait, I feel like I'm being pandered.
Go get.
I
Get
am not the
shiny.
lowest common denominator, damn it.
It has a shiny for you. Go get.
Fine, but not because you said so.
As they walk away, they'll turn to Jade. It's because I said so.
Yes, what?
You cut out.
It's because I said so.
Mhm.
Bird will now retrieve the thing. You get mad, acting all domestic and shit.
Wow, can't believe you used the D word.
Be your word.
Boy.
So
Beats?
once you hand it back to the captain, they kind of set it onto their back. Alright, I'm gonna go upload the data, see what the VI can spit out. Everyone stay at least 100 meters away from that thing until we know what it is.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it from 100 meters.
I probably don't want to antagonize anything with psychic abilities.
It's okay. I have the thing on.
The cables connected to the sodio. The sodio connected to the fucking.
No, I mean 100 meters is like 200 yards, so that's a fucking ways. I doubt his stumpy little wingies could actually make that much of a chuck.
Just shy of a yard, so it's pretty close to 100 yards. But either way, it's a long ways away. You'd have to have a hell of an arm to hit it.
Oh yeah, that would be a yort.
That would be a heck of a chuck.
An impressive Steve, if you will.
A mighty yeet.
A mighty gaggle. Are you having a gaggle?
Yes. Really now?
Did you just say yip?
I tried to say yep, and then my body tried to say burp, and then the two of those made yep. Yep.
I don't think
I
I've
don't
ever
know.
heard you say yif before.
Technically, you haven't still.
Yeah, true. I prefer to say fuck. It's a better word. It's a man's word. It's so manly that even Henry Cavill said it.
Fuck. It's best known line.
Yep. Ugh. I just realized what our group is like, Dark. Our group is basically a Kenshi playthrough.
Who?
Oh, what?
Oh my god, it's a
Oh,
game
that
where
game you were telling me about.
it's an interesting game. I recommend looking into it if you like games that are difficult, but you can like really get out of hand. Post-apocalyptica survival with one unit that you can turn into a bunch by. Anyways, it's basically the whole methodology of that is if I piss into the wind enough, I'll win. And that's our crew, pissing in the wind. Or in Zitrun's case, pissing in the dunes. More dangerous than you might think.
Tiny sandworm. Meow.
They are a thing.
Baby worm has found other baby worm.
Now we kiss. Num. Ah! It's biting me!
Oh,
So,
God.
what's everyone else doing while the captain does that for the next 10 minutes?
I
Jade is
think
looking for things.
Vivian's gonna resume her scanning duties.
Right?
I was just finishing off the linking of the runes on Zitrun's little item here. I like how Jade is looking for magic, Zitrun actively doing it, and just has been zero help. He's a
Well,
Golomancer. He learned that as a class, which means he knows about magic.
He
Well,
knows
she doesn't
about
know that.
runes specifically. He doesn't know how to cast spells.
Yeah, but he knows how to make the runes push magic out. And every part of the circuit starts with push on his little fucking control rod.
But see, Zitrun's solution would be just to carve runes into Jade's flesh.
It would work.
It would, yes. I don't think
I'm more
Jade
of a
wants that though.
I'm a fan of in vitro. What is it? I'm a fan of in vitro scrimshaw.
In
What?
tubes, Scrimshaw.
No,
You
in
mean
vitro.
scrimshawing the baby in the womb?
No, God, fuck. In vitro or
In vitro means in the tube or in the lab.
well, then which one am I thinking of that means while alive still or still vivi?
Viv.
Viviscro? It's basically like vivisection, but not
Vivian.
fucked. Oh, what the fuck ever. It's basically while still fucking alive scrimshaw.
Oh, wait a second. Like, that just brought up something. So if Viva is alive and Anne is, what is it? A conjunction? Fucking.
I don't know.
Vivian, what's your name mean?
Living? I don't know.
Livent.
Live ant. Okay, hold on. Google.
It would literally just mean living Anne? Vivienne? I don't know.
Apparently,
Or
Live in
living
the dream,
without.
baby.
Anne comes from anus and anum. I know.
Andus.
So,
Unus Annus.
from the
Shut.
Latin word meaning alive. It's literally just alive with a little bit of extra on the end.
She's
I'm
extra alive.
not a very good philologist, but in any kind of thing like any suffix is really difficult to nail down.
As long as you're not a Rokologist.
Robo rapist.
Moving on.
Apparently, Vivian is a
Dumb.
Christian name.
It could mean
Just like
living
everything
one
else.
because the old English on is one. So Vivian living one, which it's a very accurate statement.
You know, that would make sense because they've never saved anybody else except themselves. Just, what would you expect? it's in the name.
But Durg, you wouldn't technically be wrong with vivisection because, despite what people think, vivisection is literally just the practice of performing an operation on a live. Okay, they say animals, but it means subject. But they say animals to try and lie to you to make you think.
Make you
Listen,
feel
I mean,
better about
the
yourself.
1930s to 60s were a time for science by any means.
It's quite honestly shocking how often people still fucking forget that they're animals.
Yes, we are animals. We are a species. What is it? We are broken down in the whole kingdom phylum bullshit.
Mm.
Mad. We're just animals with anxiety.
Basically. Animals that got predated on so hard that they broke evolution just to say fuck you.
Maybe
Yeah, alright. We min-maxed ourselves to dominance.
No, you just maxed out intelligence. Everything else was shit.
yeah.
Well, I guess endurance is up there.
We have one of the. It's weird. We have like the best peak possible endurance. Average endurance is ass.
Peak endurance, but max speed like shit.
Oh, by the way, for you guys to know, if you'd actually like from the Latin perspective, in vitro just means in glass. Just giving you that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pheasant on the glass.
No.
As in, like, looking
Shot.
at a petri dish.
I know.
Or, like, fucking... I keep wanting to call it a
Oh,
stethoscope.
my
It's
God,
not a
in
fucking
vivo.
stethoscope.
In
There-
vivo?
In vivo.
That's
In
probably
the
what I meant.
living body.
Yes, in vivo scrimshaw. There you go. Thank you. I knew I was close.
In vitro scrimshaw.
Yes, we're going to carve the baby's weird knot bones into
So yeah,
runic symbols.
ex vivo, in vitro, ex vitro. That's what it basically means. So in vitro technically means in glass, but in vitro also means outside of the living organism. Ex vitro doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's just kind of an it doesn't matter. It's retarded because the term. But yeah, vivo is what you would use for like in vivo is inside of a living organism.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
So, when does in vivo cut off? Like, can you in vivo
When the
with a
heart stops.
bacteria?
In vivo is the action of performing some sort, basically, in regards to medicine, if it is a considered by a medical professional to be a living organism, or not medical professional because of recent years, it's shown the very low bar that is set for what is a proper scientist in that field, or just in general.
Something 7 days late abortion, something.
But in vivo stops becoming in vivo when either it is taking place outside of the living organism, the organism is no longer alive. Because if it happens, like if it's a living organism and you start as in vivo and then you move it to the outside of the body, you would both be doing in vivo and ex vivo actions on it.
It's more of a descriptor, it's not a necessary thing.
I am going to ex vivo all of your organs.
That
In the next campaign, can you make an enemy that's just like hyper specific?
Painfully specific.
I wish you would have talked to Randall. He only speaks in what people call pretentious now because they're idiots. He speaks in proper sentences. So a word that he would use to describe a bunch of you nerds, he wouldn't call you sluts. He would call you obsequious children.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's pretentious.
Because obsequious is obedient, attentive, excessive, or servile.
It's very descriptive. It works.
Yeah.
Well,
Except
Not
for
to be
Snickles. Snickles.
not to be
It
misconstrued
also
with
100%
ingratiating.
sounds like an insult.
It's like calling someone vacuous.
If you want to, if someone's not like, if someone is clearly kissing ass, like if someone is kissing ass, you could say that their behavior is very, it is very what is it, unctuous, I believe, because unctuous basically means excessively or ingratiatingly flattering, or oily, or scummy by that definition. And to ingratiation is basically the act of gaining approval or favor. Often a very popular method of sycophants. So,
Products of incest.
yeah, I mean,
well, Jade's trying to find more things to poke in tide pools.
he would
Yeah.
also he would call, probably Mob would get mad because Mob would be called oleaginous, which basically means you have very oily skin.
It's like,
Yeah,
why? It's an accurate descriptor. Shut up!
Yeah, in conclusion, Randall would have pissed off 90% of the party by using big words that sound cunty.
Just Kevin. Why are you gay?
Stop. Don't attack them. They're just calling your ass an ass. Nobody's doing it in such a way that's annoying.
Oh look, the Calipigian children that I helped raise. I'm like, that's an insult.
Did you say kill a pigeon?
Yes.
That is very accurate. For a large number of them.
It works because, again, he's the most powerful asexual in all of reality. Bow before his lack of sexual interaction.
The one time Shadow jokingly called him Big Bone Daddy, he got sent through a wall.
No, he's asexual, not aromantic. He enjoys flattery. He just... I don't think there's something alive that could handle 20,000 years of repressed rage and disaster.
Does Randall just need a hug?
I mean, he's, again, not aromantic, just asexual.
I know.
He needs the eternal hug.
Randall secretly
But
has
anyway.
multiple arms to give himself the hugs. He invented the Heelys for rolling away from post-traumatic Heelys.
You thought you invented Mage Hand? No, it was Randall.
He did it so someone could finally tell him he did a good job and give him a coveted POV. that is remarkably depressing of a thought for a mage using Mage Hand just so they can... Good job. Good
You did
job.
it, champ. Proud of you.
That's it. Next time I go back to D&D, it's gotta be my character, a mage who uses Mage Hand to help support his depression.
Severely depressed and socially awkward.
Inept mage.
Inept.
Yeah.
Just using magic to help support
Uses
himself.
Mage Hand to pet himself on the head. They're there. Maybe make him a tabaxi so they're a sad kitty.
But you're wasting spell slots. He needs this.
He needs this for his emotions.
It's like, this is not a waste of a spell slot.
Well, you could be using Fireball in this spell. No! I have a raging inferno of sadness that I need to quell.
How about I use prestidigitation to make your own father yell at you for being a failure for once?
That reminded me of the Book of Missed Spells called Dad. Or what is it, Speak to Dad or whatever?
Speak to Dad, 'cause it's Speak to Dead.
Speak with Dad.
Fucking random
Just-
shit.
That would be unironically a very effective spell, though. Like, in the middle of combat. Hold on, it's for you.
The hell do you think you're doing? I'm being a bandit. You're being a bandit. You have 3 days to get home or I'm going to find you, young man. Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, sorry, I gotta go.
I gotta go. What? Wait, what? You're leading a rebellion! Yeah, but my dad found out and I'm grounded. The fuck?
I thought your dad died. Yeah, well, you know.
I didn't think I could do this if I didn't have an edgy backstory. I'm sorry.
Just fucking...
I'm really
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Be old? Jeremy Smith Jones! Don't make me tell your mother! Ah, shit.
He knows. What's your name, Jeremy? I
Fucking
thought it was Bloodfeather.
when they pull out the birth certificate so they can full name you with all 5 of their names.
Yeah, exactly! God, that would be awkward as fuck! Imagine, you're trying to be a villain, and then just... Fuck.
Here comes Baba.
Oh,
She wants
God.
to smack you with a rolling pin. How dare you
So
be, piece of
much
shit.
trauma just got unrolled from having my full name called when I got in trouble as a kid. Oh my God, I'm gonna lie here in sadness now. I'll be real. You need me.
you'll be
God,
working
that was
on
traumatic.
runes for a bit.
How much longer until Zitron can get done with this? By the way,
I'm gonna have the captain go poke at the rock, and then you're gonna be done.
okay, I have time to go take a dump then.
Yeah.
Well, let's please get back because
Dump,
the
dump
shadow
all
is
your
angry.
emotions down the drain.
I am.
Go take a shit. You'll feel better.
Turn the toilet off and on again.
Repeatedly.
Shut up! I'm gonna go focus now. Mid stand up, and I just shut up. I'm gonna play Niagara Falls with my sink.
God damn it. Don't get
Fucking,
stuck.
that just reminds me of the weird insults. Like, I bet you shit standing up. What?
You seem like the kind of guy that plays with a. You seem like the kind of guy that plays with a goose at the park.
You're the kind of asshole that pulls their pants all the way down to their ankles at the urinal, aren't you?
I hate that so much.
It's so weird.
It's like you're the guy who bare asses at the urinal.
No, bare assing isn't as bad as just taking it all the way down to your fucking ankles. Like, bruh.
God.
Speaking of urinals, it turns out if you etch a black fly onto a urinal, you reduce spillage at the bathroom by 80%.
Because guys all gotta aim for it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
If you give them a target. So, now that I've finished rolling things, Vivian, you're scanning things. Obviously, the sand is sand still, silica and mixed minerals.
Yes. She's basically looking for things she hasn't scanned yet and scanning everything really. It's like, oh, might not have scanned one of those, we'll do it anyway. Probably scan one of those, I'll do it again anyway.
Alright, there's a sort of... It almost looks like asparagus if it grew up and branched out.
Asparatree.
Asparagus.
Asparagrass. Ha!
Yep.
Aspergillus.
And that returns a couple of interesting materials. It's apparently a sort of succulent full of sort of cellulose mixture that helps deal with sunburns.
Oh, interesting.
It's like if aloe vera went on a diet.
It's skinny aloe vera.
Skinny
Aloe
bear.
vera. Damn it.
It's the aloe vera light. We can market it.
Is it gluten-free and non-GMO?
Aloe vera diet.
Probably gluten-free. I'm not so sure about GMO. The next thing that you come across is a sort of... At first it kind of looks like a stone, but when you scan it, it returns as a sort of fungal structure.
You said it looks like a dome, but it's a fungus.
I mean, it's kind of dome-shaped. It looks like a water stone, you know? Like, just the mushroom cap, but, like, flat on the ground.
Oh,
It looks
okay.
like a rock.
Kind of reminds me of like puffball mushrooms, the ones that just like grow up in a little ball on the ground.
Yeah, those are tasty.
You could eat those? Aren't
Yeah,
they
you can eat
poisonous?
puffballs. Or,
The
wait.
ones that go biff when they go biff and then poof when you hit them with a raindrop.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say you can eat those so quickly, because there are several white mushrooms in a sort of spear shape, but there are varieties, like shaggy mane, that you can just eat. And they're sort of like, you know, ovular and white.
I think I'm gonna stick to eating the grocery store fungus that you buy normally because I know
Yeah,
that
unless
won't kill
you're
my face off.
Yeah.
unless you're like an expert at identifying them, you probably want to play it safe.
Well, there's a few that definitely don't look like anything else. That, they're pretty easy to identify. Like, Chicken of the Forest is pretty easy to identify. The only thing that looks like it is, like, a slime mold, I think.
Slime molds are really weird.
They're so weird. It's like a vascular system that escaped its body.
And they move on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, stuff
anyway, those are the two things that you find, and the time that it takes GH to go back over to the tide pools.
Mm-hmm. And she's just gonna kind of squat down at the edge of the tide pool and kind of run her stick in the water, see if she can find anything.
Alright, so you dip your stick into the water, and it kind of stretches like a membrane has been pressed across the surface of the water. And it's almost like trying to push it into jello.
Hmm. Hey, Vivian.
She's gonna look up and she's like, yes?
Come here, please. Can you scan this little patch of water right here? It's squishy. Like, not wet, but it looks like it's squishy.
She's going to come over and scan it.
It's returning as a single-celled organism. It's a macro cell.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Would she have ever seen a cell that big before?
Probably not. You
That
might
was-
have read about it in like one of the medical textbooks, but it's more the realm of like weird biology and xenostudy.
And so she's just gonna be like, weird. That's a single cell.
This is a single cell?
She's gonna show her the reading on the scanner. And
Hmm.
now
She's gonna-
Vivian wants a poking stick.
She's gonna take the poking stick away and she's gonna use her free hand to kind of pet the cell. Good.
Why do you keep touching things with your bare hands?
No, she's got her gloves on.
It doesn't matter.
Enzymatic enzymes or enzymatic acids.
I don't know what those are.
Why did
Hey.
you touch the hypodermic needles of the squishy thing? So, Jade, your hand is on fire. Like literally.
Like it combusted into flames.
Yeah.
Ah! 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 She's gonna dip it in the. She's gonna go over and dip it in the water.
Just
No,
bird
there's
from a
salt
distance.
in that water and urea. That just made it worse.
Ah! Ah! It burns.
From
Did
a
it-
sizable distance off, still watching looking at the sphere. Deserved.
Did it
Shut
put
up!
the fire out though?
Did it put the fire out?
I mean, yeah, the actual flame went out, but it still feels like your hand is on fire.
She just.
So Vivian's gonna look at her. Are you gonna stop touching things?
She's not.
The feeling
Shut
of flames is slowly creeping up your arm.
I'm going back to the ship.
Don't
She's gonna
touch
go back-
anything.
She's gonna go back to the ship.
Yeah, alright. Captain will look up from a little keypad that popped out of the creation engine. What's up? It's up to your shoulder now.
Burning alive.
I thought she put the fire out.
She
Yeah,
did.
The fire is out. The feeling isn't gone.
Oh, so it's basically it's the whatever was injected.
Yeah.
She's gonna. I touched the thing. It went through the glove. Now my arm's on fire.
Why do you keep doing this?
I'm pretty sure she made a stick to somebody, but I don't.
Are you going to stop poking things?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll stop
step
poking things
into
with
the
my hands.
creation engine.
She's gonna step into the creation engine.
He'll shut the door a little more firmly than is strictly necessary. He doesn't slam it, but there's definitely a tinge of frustration.
Yeah.
And, you know, that burning feeling is starting to creep over your face, and, you know, that initial spot where it got injected into you is starting to get really itchy.
She's gonna take her glove off to see what it looks like.
Oh man, there's like, it's like when you've been in the water too long and your skin's all wrinkly.
Ah!
Yeah, and you're just covered in sweat. Alright, hold still. This is only gonna hurt a lot.
My life is pain.
And with a blue flash, you feel like you just got slammed against the back of the creation engine frame. And now everything's cold. The burning stopped. You
But
can
now the aching
kind of
begins.
feel something that you haven't felt before, though. You can actually feel the nanomachines crawling through your network.
Oh, this feels weird. I've never been able to feel them before.
You're being squinched.
It gradually goes away as your sensitivity to fucking everything goes down. Because what you just got injected with was a thing that makes your nerves so sensitive that you were feeling your own body heat burning.
Oh.
the cruelest of injectables. Sensitivity.
Just like the door.
Eat.
After a couple of minutes, the sensitivity will drop down to bearable levels, and the door will slide open. And you know, the light sensitivity isn't entirely gone yet, but you know, your eyes adjust. All right, you're done.
Okay, thank you. She
I'm
will
gonna charge you
walk.
for that.
That's fine. She will walk out of the creation engine. Are there any other tools that I can use besides what I thought was going to be a good idea? Just poking things with a stick.
I mean, the stick is a good idea for poking things that are nearby. It loses its ability to really be maneuvered effectively at, like, I think 40 feet or something like that. So, you know, the laser scanner that a couple of your other accomplices here used, that's a pretty good shout for anything in the distance. The probe scanner with the big needle or the drill, either one works. You know, you could pilot a little pumpkin seed drone and fly up to things that you don't know about instead of poking at it like some kind of ape.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, I don't know, take a atmospheric sampler so you don't lean over and sniff something and burn out all the nerves in your nose. Or, you know, go to, like, grab something and it squirts acid into your face. Or, you know, fucking go to grab a thing that you think is a vine and the vine wraps around your arm and bites you. There's lots of things here. It's an alien planet. You gotta be more careful than this.
Okay. I'll be more careful.
Alright, good.
Ooh.
Now let's go poke a weird rock.
Okay.
Just as a side note, Raven has been tying sticks together in an attempt to reach well over too fucking far to poke at the rock. He's staying back at the 100-yard distance, or the 100-foot distance or so.
Staying
Returning.
right at the line the captain drew in the dirt.
Yep.
And wait, hold
There's
on.
a bunch of little broken sticks everywhere.
Jade is gonna get a thing to see if she can poke it, the rock that Raven's attempting to poke at.
Don't
Oh,
forget,
the
it's just
captain's just
100
gonna walk
meters
right up
out.
to it.
Oh, well, then if that's the case, Jade's gonna walk up to it and use her little short stick when the captain tells her it's okay to poke it.
I knew she was around.
Hey,
Listen, all women have a short stick, okay? You can't be demeaning like that. Anyways, the captain's going to take out a small pick and kind of wedge the tip of it into the little hole that the laser made. And he's gonna kind of hit the flat of the pick with a small weight a few times until a chunk of this material cracks off. And he's gonna hold it in his palm and kind of roll it around a little bit. Want to see something cool?
The answer should be yes.
she said yeah.
It didn't go through.
The captain is rolling around a chunk of the stone in their hand, and they looked up to Jade and asked if they wanted to see something cool.
She said yes.
Oh, okay. The captain's going to take out a small scrap of metal, and they're going to place it in their palm. At their other palm, not the one with the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's a very clean looking piece of metal, very pristine, exact edges, sharp corners. And he closes his fingers around it, and then his eyes, and he focuses for a second. And, you know, he's not squeezing it hard at all. You don't even see, like, the white of, like, pressure from squeezing with your fingers. He's just kind of holding it. And when he opens his hand, the metal is completely warped and twisted. It's got striations of different colors to it, like he just oxidized it in one spot and annealed it in another spot, and it's not following any sort of pattern whatsoever. It's very chaotic, this warped, misshapen piece of metal.
How'd you do that?
I'll tell you about it when you learn about magic. And then he takes a string out of his pocket and he ties it around the piece of metal in a very specific pattern so that when he ties it to the piece of concrete, it doesn't touch it, but it's really close to doing so. He then hurls the stone over the beach away from everybody, and when it lands, it explodes.
Oh,
Oh, that's so cool.
Yep. This is a mantid planet.
This was a mantid planet?
Yeah, well, you know, they're refining techniques anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So this stuff,
just
it's got a very specific mineral that the mantid are able to produce that enhances their psychic abilities. Problem is, when they ran into the crazy lemur people of Earth, all of their armor started to explode from the rage that was coming off of them. About 2 years into the first Mantid War, they stopped using that. A lot of their troops ran into battle completely naked. That didn't slow them down at all, but, you know, at least they weren't exploding anymore.
Not from the armor, at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first time you have a Mantid Psyker blade arm go straight through the psychic shielding of your helmet and pierce your brain with a psychic blade arm, you usually start giving them a little more respect.
Yeah.
I hear artillery bombardments were pretty good at that.
And, what do you mean by the raid?
The what?
You said something about the rage coming off.
What about it?
It was making the armor explode.
Well, yeah.
How's that possible?
How did that concrete just explode?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll start digging the sand around the rock.
So, what are we doing? I don't know.
I'm doing a little bit of investigative work.
Okay. Do you need any help, or should I go with Raiden somewhere?
Yeah, there should be a cable in the ground or something somewhere near this thing. We could probably follow that.
Oh, wait. I know where it comes up.
Oh,
There was a there's a metal rock over that way with a cable connected to it. Over that way.
oh, that makes things a little easier.
I can show you.
Point the way, Miss Shortstack.
Follow me! She'll use her pointer stick, her poking stick as like a swagger stick. This way.
Citron, you'll be finished with your runes.
Most excellent. Now to test if it does what he's pretty 93.49% sure it should do. Become cold.
It's just the old runes with new traces in it, yeah?
Yeah, but yeah, that was it. That was its original method. It was meant to cool. Correction, it was meant to cool what it touched. Which is specifically why there's no runes at the area that he's currently grabbing it, save for, the mandatory one.
Well, it's definitely getting cold.
The magic heat tube.
Magic cold tube.
Where's Vivian? That's the ultimate test of thermalist.
If he's gonna try and stick it up her butt, she's gonna donkey kick him across the horizon.
6 years
being
later.
so sexually suggestive towards Vivian this session.
He wasn't going to do anything. He was going to walk up and poke them with it.
Just poke you.
Why do people think Zitron wants to put things in their butt? Just because this planet has a bunch of D-Gen tourists on it doesn't mean he's a D-Gen.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure if your planet was a degen tourist hotspot, you would be the opposite of that after just a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's like, God, not more fucking tourists.
Well,
oh my
that
god,
worked.
is that one of those cute lizard people? Let's get a picture with them. Oh my gosh, look at how big their cock is.
He bit me! It's small and angry! Look at Chihuahua. Oh god, he's got horns. He's not a Chihuahua.
Just aggressive eating as chases somebody around with a stick.
The struggle is you gotta go find a place to hide to take a shower because of all the weirdos. Except here with the creation engine where he could be perfectly alone.
Be alone or else.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, got you. You could probably get things exceptionally. I did not set an upper limit to the code. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, you just noticed the frost forming, did you?
Well, we're just gonna go ahead and turn that off. Yeah. Zitron doesn't, actually know if you have to... he was told when he learned how to use runes that you had to do, the gesture he does where it's just yeah, and, he slings it on or off, he flings his arm with it. He has no idea that's completely unnecessary. That is just somebody's joke that they told him. It's completely harmless in and of itself. It just makes him look like a dingus. So anytime he turns it on or off, he'll yeah.
Like a lightsaber activating, just
Basically.
give it a second.
Completely unnecessary. He doesn't know that though. Not right now.
Look, rituals help people focused on what they're doing.
Okay.
The right you know.
This is very safe.
I'm going to stab you.
It would behoove you
Well,
to
you know
not.
what? I will fuck you.
I'm talking to Dirk, but if you wanna do that, okay.
Alright.
Bitch, visit.
Well, snow's cold, so back to the forest. Zitrun proceeds to carry himself to the forest with Skinner.
All right. So you got Raven and the captain and Jade over there looking at a rock. You got Vivian over there, and you got the ship, because Tortle
Yeah.
isn't leaving the ship yet, apparently.
Let's see. Here's my trail of sticks.
He likes it cozy and warm.
He made sure to bury the sticks deep enough so they wouldn't get knocked out of their hidey holes. That way he could just follow the trail back to where he was and continue on. Speaking of, he should probably grab a couple more sticks in the forest while he's there just so he can break them up and use them as markers.
Yeah. So you get up to the tree line, and you notice that your trail of sticks kind of just abruptly ends once you get to the tree line.
Eyes narrow. Don't mess with my sticks.
What's that, Zitrun?
My sticks, my perfectly organized trail of sticks that I set exactly 6 inches deep into the ground so they wouldn't fall over, are gone.
Uh, Jade, you want to go check that out?
Yeah, sure.
It's a question. I don't need you to send a walking forest fire my way.
Well, I didn't mess with no sticks.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you didn't mess with any sticks at all.
I've got my stick. But I
Eyeing
didn't
up
mess
and
with any.
down, just suspicious. Look at me, I got a robot arm. Completely just unrelated.
What does that have to do with it?
I don't know, you tell me. But seriously, my sticks, gone. Not okay with this. They're not here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I have to start over.
Well,
Raven, you didn't take any of their sticks for your pole, did you?
No, I thought about it, but they looked very purposeful, and I figure I'd probably get thrown through one of the trees if I messed with their stuff.
Yeah, shit. Well, Zitron's going to do what he always does. Just continue ignoring the growing headache. Let's see. He will look for more sticks to use, and then start putting his trail back. But this time, he's going to be extra suspicious of the forest. I mean, he was already like half Zitron level of suspicious, where it's like, I don't trust you. But this time, he doesn't trust it even more, to the point that if any leaf rustles incorrectly at him, he's liable to stab it.
Well,
Yeah.
Jade is gonna
putting
accompany his turn.
putting the sticks back into the earth, you notice that the holes where your sticks were are still there. A little bit of snowdrift, sliding over them kind of smooths out the edges, but it definitely looks like the sticks were removed very purposefully, not just like trampled over by an animal or something.
Interesting.
Citron's immediate suspicion, the mushroom.
The mushroom?
Mm-hmm. He wants to, because he remembers earlier, so he's going to go to a different side of it than the first time he inspected it and stick it with that needle scanner again.
That gives you the same result as before.
So there's more spinal fluid in it, is what you mean.
Yes, there's more blue too in it.
So why? Hmm. See, that's concerning. As to why a mushroom would have spinal fluid in it.
It's just a dye.
Human spinal fluid is what you said.
Yeah.
Human spinal fluid is not just a dye.
It's an oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction.
See, the way you're describing it, you're probably talking about like cerebrospinal fluid, which comes in a very specific composition, is the concerning thing. A very specific composition that isn't found in other things in planets.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah, it's mostly water, but it's got glucose, osmolarity, sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and chloride. I remember this from biology class. And this was concerning. And it wouldn't register spinal fluid if it came. Mushrooms do not have spines. They don't have any purpose for it. All of their shit's done through weird cells. I mean, they might have some psilocybin in it.
Mycelia, is that the word?
Mycelia is just like a general word, yeah.
Jade's gonna kind of look around the area. She's not getting too far away from Zitrud.
Mm. I refuse to believe that this planet is harmless and this mushroom is harmless.
Well, I touched a single cell organism and my hand caught on fire.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
Oh,
gonna leave you alive for now.
I think I'm thinking of Blue 1. Blue 2 is for denim jeans.
Blue one is a synthetic organic compound. That's just
What is
talking
that?
about. That's
Yeah,
used
they're
as
both
food
synthetic.
coloring.
The wind sounds really strange around here, you know?
Blue one is a triaromethylene dye, just so you know. Or triaromethane dye or something like that.
Yep, that's what it was. That's the one I looked up.
Jade's gonna climb a tree to see if there's anything in the tree.
You mean you're gonna climb a giant flower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zitrud just here.
Mm.
What do I need to roll for that, or do I?
You know, usually you would roll something, but because the gravity is so light, it's pretty easy to actually climb this.
Okay.
Basically, doing it one-handed.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. I really can't think of any way that even blue one, because blue one is derived from oils, but blue one specifically was derived from coal tar, which was made from coal and coke production. You know,
Mhm.
human industry.
Mhm.
It wouldn't just be in a plant without that plant having consumed a human into
Exactly.
or consumed part of a civilization. Yeah, so yeah, that's why, in conclusion, the forest must die.
So in conclusion, the forest must die. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Jade is climbing flower.
Yeah, so you get to the top of Fleur. Now what?
Is there anything up here?
There's a Fleur.
Jade is. Jade's gonna see if she can scrape up some pollen with her stick. If there is any pollen.
Yeah, there's some sort
There's
of...
always pollen.
There's always some sort of pollen on flowers, but, this particular pollen, it looks kind of like, you know, dandelions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like big poofs at the end of stalks. And all those little poofs have poofs, and all those little poofs have poofs.
Well, she's gonna kind of poke her stick onto one of them and kind of wiggle it around some.
Oh god, the amount of yellow you just unleashed.
Jeez.
The captain will look up. If you're gonna fall, do a flip.
I'm not gonna. It's dusty up here.
Today on shooting myself in the foot.
And she's gonna climb back down. Just, I got some pollen, Captain.
Are we going to be breeding some macro flowers?
I thought, maybe pollen sample. Take back a pollen sample.
Sure. The ship's not too far away. Go ahead and go get washed up. The reclamation system will get it off of you, and join us back here. We won't be too far down the path. Zitrun's already putting sticks in the ground.
Zitrun's putting sticks in the ground, and he's eyeing every part of the ground, looking for any signs of disturbance.
I got a ping on the material this cable is made of. We should be able to follow it without it getting disturbed, which would be suspicious.
How covered is Jade in pollen?
They are yellow. They look like a Simpsons character.
I didn't think this much would come off. She will walk back to the ship.
Alright, team, let's go. Let's find out where this
He got
head.
fucking cloth stuffed in his nose. Right.
I think Viv will be curious enough to follow this party, and of course, scanning everything that she passes.
Is she gonna scan Jade? Covered in pollen.
Scans Jade. Dumbass.
She's tempted. Then she thinks, why not? It doesn't have charges.
That's true. The laser scanner does not have a number of charges. The probe scanner does, but it's like such an insanely high number that you're probably not going to run out.
Okay.
So yes, she is indeed going to scan Jade just for the hell of it.
Alright, it comes back with Peony Florin.
Peony Florin?
Peony Florin.
It's a giant peony.
After the scan, Jade will ask Raven, "You want a hug, buddy?"
Do you want a testosterone suppressing hug? Come on, it also reduces your arthritis pains and kills hormone-induced cancers. It's good for you.
Raven. Did they step away?
I think they stepped away.
Possibly.
Ah. Oh well.
No, you're just being ignored. Flatly turned away from you when he's crossed.
No. Then Jade's just gonna go back to the ship to get all the pollen off of her.
Yeah.
Just pass by the turtle. Hello.
You seem to be setting off everything on the planet here.
Seems like it.
You damn nosy.
You really should rely on your tools more, you know.
I'm gonna get a atmospheric scanner before I go back out.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I never did learn anything the easy way.
May I apply Zitrun's skills, or rather, natural-born I wouldn't say natural born, but learned through growing up in a desert abilities to try and look for anything that looks out of place in this forest. Because there's no way that the damn wind itself magically pulled the sticks vertically up and misplaced them.
Yeah, sure.
Who says it pulled him up?
They might have gotten sunk down.
They're both dinguses. Just
The
want you to know
planet
that.
ate the sticks.
He's gonna search high and low through this entire forest, regardless of how long it takes. Maybe he won't do it too long, but he's suspicious. And that's a 30.
30. All right. That is a success.
Damn it!
So you're looking around, and you notice there's actually a little indent in the soft soil here. Uh, it almost looks like a bird's footprint at first, but it's pressed down into the soil way too much for how cold it was last night, which is the only time that whatever did this would have been able to do it. So you estimate that it was either a bird that weighs around 180 pounds, or it was something not a bird.
Zitron's first thought before even doing anything. Picture just. Mm, and then he'll turn and just give a picture, take one relative to basically where he is to show that way is where I came from, and I found this direction. Man.
Right?
Then he'll start investigating around it. Like one of the I kind of want to. I had the ideas like maybe he'll be like those Bigfoot hunters and pour a mold over it. No, he's not like that.
This brown fur is definitely Sasquatch. This is brown bear fur.
Sasquatch. Or in one of my favorite YouTubers methods, Sasquatch. Squeech, not squatch. It's Sasquatch. Ah, I heard the electrical pop. No, brain. He will continue to try and follow the trail of foot and or hand. We don't know. It could be a teke teke or some weird shit like that.
Well, it's just the one mark for now. The captain notices you taking pictures and lagging behind slightly. Find something?
He found an indent that's... Raven, how fat are you? Yep. Citroen being one that isn't going to wait, is just going to go find the drooling Raven and pick them up, walk over and hold them over the little indent to measure foot size.
No, this foot's way bigger.
Because curious Citroen squeezes both feet together. Yeah.
No, it's smaller than that. Too thin in the middle for it to be both of their feet together.
He's gonna make the short trek back and put them in the exact same place they were, but facing the other direction. And then go back. Well, that's what I found, is an indent that was made at some point, but it's a singular indent, and it could have been made from some sort of creature like Raven, or maybe a moon person. I don't know. But it's really messing with my head, because this. Whoever left this is clearly the culprit as to where all of my sticks went.
Yes, but why take the sticks?
That's a good question. Why take the sticks only from here, though, and not from literally anywhere else? I have a large trail of sticks that go all the way back.
Perhaps it's the only place it felt safe.
How far along did the trail of missing sticks go? Was it like right at the edge of the forest? Was it somewhere
Directly at the edge of the forest.
here? Okay.
As soon as I got to the edge of the forest, none of them, and I had a long trail, as you've seen. I was at least halfway through this forest with them. Now, that's, I don't know, 30 feet of sticks just gone, and I was leaving them about every 1.5 feet.
Didn't somebody mention lights last night?
Was
I
that
think
Jade?
somebody, who was that?
It wasn't me. I was being,
Yep.
well, me.
I'm pretty sure it was Jade.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Jade.
Well,
Maybe it was.
when Jade gets back from taking a shower.
How long
Yeah.
is that going to take?
Jade and Vivian, but I think it was just Jade. Vivian might have been inside at the time.
It takes you like 2 minutes because it's just washing your face. It's not giving you a full body thing.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. She's gonna, after that, she's gonna go and kind of jog back to the group.
There. Didn't
She's gonna get the,
So,
she's gonna get the
boing.
atmospheric thing.
Yeah. Did you?
Please don't run into Zitron while you're jogging.
What?
Don't knock out the lizard while you're jogging.
She won't.
Fucking, I don't trust you.
Okay.
How your dice rolls have been the last few sessions, I just don't trust you not becoming a hazard to him. I mean, you
This
know,
is a
there is the
valid
times
point.
that you landed on him.
Jade just, okay, I'm back, guys. I got a atmospheric thingy, mabob.
You watch where you're pointing those things. Hey, wait, dude, do you remember seeing lights? Not those lights that are on your chest.
Oh, yeah, no. The other night, during the eclipse, there were lights on the moon.
Okay, but
We're on
did
the
they
moon.
lead anywhere? Yeah, where?
They were pretty much just on the surface, like at the moon that was eclipsing the sun.
You mean
That
the planet?
moon? The captain will point up at the planet that is about halfway done eclipsing the local star.
I mean, yeah, that. It was that's the thing that was eclipsed.
Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this.
The ground.
Oh, yeah, and it thought I heard like humming.
Hmm.
Well, we all heard the humming. That's
From
also
where?
very suspicious.
Jade's gonna take a quick, like, just like a, what is it, a base atmospheric test that's around them.
Yeah, it's a breathable atmosphere, if a little thick.
There's the one.
That's how I like them. Well, this is gonna mess with my head because there was none of us out here. Raven's too small to leave this, and it's a singular one. It's right here. All of my sticks vanished overnight, and I made sure that I put them at a depth that they wouldn't have been able to get knocked over. Even if they were buried by snowdrift, it wouldn't have collapsed them.
Hmm.
I mean, they weren't small sticks. They were, and he'll hold up one of the sticks that are about 2 inches round that he's just been picking up. It's more like newly formed branches he's been stealing from trees or flowers.
Right.
I don't know.
That's just messing with me. I don't know. Okay. Well,
Vivian
this
gets to inspect the holes and the sticks. Let's see. You said they're a couple inches thick,
not too thick enough.
so she's going to attempt to poke a finger down into the hole to see if she can find the bottom. Although it might not reach because you said it was like 6 inches deep.
Yeah, but the sticks are longer than 6 inches.
In that case, she's going to attempt. Yes, okay.
Did
She's
anyone
going
else
to
hear that?
attempt to poke the bottom with one of the sticks to see if there actually is a bottom of the hole or what.
Okay, yeah. You find the bottom of the hole.
Did anyone else hear the wubbing?
Yes, that's one of those creatures. Raven fell on one.
Ah, I see.
They kind of look like snail turtle things. Very interesting.
Turtles.
Snurdles.
Yeah, exactly, Jade. I just said that. Snurdles.
I know.
I didn't look at their feet. Well, we should do that one. I don't know if they even have feet.
Well,
That's
it takes
a question
forever and
for
hard to
when
get
we
to it.
get one.
Oh, welcome back, Ribbon.
Ah,
Welcome
that
back
time.
to the world of the living.
Yeah, apologies for that.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, I've got like 3 hours under my belt.
Do you want to just drool the rest of the session and go sleep?
No, it's okay. I just need
Okay.
a quick nap, apparently.
By the way, Raven's facing the opposite direction they were, just so you know.
Uh, we're kind of look around. What? Uh, there they are. Just gonna kind of join back up with the group if they had gone off anywhere. Just kind of sliding into the circle.
Yeah, they're not too far away.
Okay, well, I hope somebody's strong, because this is probably a bad idea. Zichern says as they just, they kind of take their little on all fours and lower themselves down before tilting their head and pushing it against the indent.
Okay.
So, what are you doing?
I've rolled a 93 on this ear to ground roll behavior.
Alright, give me a second. I gotta grab a sound file.
So Vivian, let's see. I think she would have figured out what he's doing, given the clues, and so she will be quiet. She'll wait. And while he's down there, right next to it, she's going to kind of point at her nose and tilt her head.
Bird
His
is
heart
waiting for
rate
something to
slowed.
happen.
His heart rate slowed way down. I ain't rolled for that thing. It's normally, the standard of 120. Zichern's got like fucking 73 beats right now.
It's slow and calm.
Well, that's how they do it to listen for any tremors in advance. They have to get very calm and very low, so they can basically feel it over their entire body.
Alright, here you go.
Make sure it's turned up.
Yep, oh, right.
We're turned up. Okay.
Yep.
Is this what Zitrum's hearing?
Yeah.
So very starbound.
I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Very good music.
Yes. The captain will kind of look around at everyone patiently waiting.
Yeah.
So, hear anything?
Zitrine's going to stand himself up and he's going to leave back to the ship. And then he's going to begin typing in an exorbitant amount of things. And it might become a my cat just opened the door. Hello, cat. And it might become a multi-part thing because he's not sure if the creation engine can make a geological scanner.
Oh, whoa.
So it can make a tectonic scanner for measuring seismic activity,
He
which is
doesn't
essentially
need
what you're hearing. Um, if you were in orbit, the ship would be able to scan the moon itself. Turtle mentioned that there was a passing scan of the planet. You might be able to get some data for that.
He's going to set the creation engine to give him that scanner for the tectonic activity, and then he's going to go ask this turtle gentleman, excuse me, you said that we had a passing scan for the planet, correct? Or moon, planetoid, centaur?
Oh, yes.
Ornatoid.
The ones that did the scan were just passing by. They got some basic atmospherics, geological activity, basic biology markers, a couple of interesting magnetic frequencies.
Hmm. Did anyone do any sort of scans of subterranean environments?
Oh no, we're the first ones here after the initial scan, confirming that there was actually any sort of life here. There are, of course, the long-range telescopes and scanners, which verified that there was, in fact, a planet here.
Mm-hmm.
But as far
No.
as signals or any sort of communication, no. Space continues to be an eternally mocking void, laughing in your face at your wishes and dreams.
I loves the truth's personality. He's still listening, but he doesn't stand in the one spot for the entire small tirade, just in the background, pulling this abomination out of the engine. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go see if we can't get a good look at what's underneath there somehow. I'm sure at some point I could figure out how to jury rig things together, and if not, I guess I could just build the ship.
So when you get back to the group, the captain has kneeled down on his front knees and his ear pressed to the hole, is kind of in confused expression. I don't get it. I don't hear anything.
Does anyone have any idea about the possibility of? Okay, so I know like there's the whole human concept of be one with nature and listen to nature. Does that entail a melancholic harmony, like a bunch of sirens, banshees, and/or angels calling to you from a deep, ephemeral void?
That sounds like space madness.
I mean, not really?
Hmm.
Not
Maybe it's
particularly.
mole people.
No, mole people don't have the vocal range.
Yeah, I've never met a mole person that's able to sing particularly well myself.
Well,
Those star-nosed moles, though, they could play a mean kazoo.
I'm
by
a
the way,
fan.
by the way, I don't have Pandorum as the word you're looking for, Raven. which is a sort of a portmanteau word of the mixtures of things such as paranoia, emotional stress, and psychological trauma. Somehow they settled on Pandorum, which, in my opinion, that would have been more like Paraespatarama. But anyways, that's why I don't decide words.
Bird's not being rude. Bird's size just glazed over a little bit. What? I didn't know that was the name for it. That's kind of neat.
Okay, there, Petch. So you've got the seismic scanner.
Going to slowly push into the ground next to the indent, but not in the indent. And then try and get it as deep as he can and do a scan.
Vivian is going to lean down low and sniff at the track, see if she can determine this creature's scent.
It's been a while. Maybe. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. Also, Zitron, you hit the activate button, and you hear some whirring, and it's definitely using power from the batteries, but it doesn't really look like the big drum with the marker on it is actually moving.
Alright, so I got an 88 plus. If I scroll up here, perception. Okay, so grand total of 89.
It sort of smells like crickets.
So she's just gonna give a little bit of a and she's going to see if she can detect this scent anywhere around there. Perhaps in the direction the track seems to be pointed.
If there are any more of the tracks in the area, they're probably really dispersed. You're not
That does
picking up
make sense.
immediately on anything. I keep interrupting people. God damn my internet. But anyways, yeah, you're not really picking up on any more of the tracks olfactorily.
That does make sense. I can kind of see this as like being one step. It's just kind of like they stepped there and launched into the next point.
Wait a minute. Hey, how close did the planets get when they passed in that ellipses? Why aren't you working? Oh wait, is it like? By the way, is the seismograph completely and perfectly still? Because I'd be very concerned.
No, it's not completely still. It's just, moving at that speed where it doesn't look like it's moving, and then you look away to have a conversation and look back, and it's spooled through the entire goddamn thing.
So it's just basically you don't notice it until you look away and then look back, and then there's progress.
Yeah.
It's like when you boil water. You look away, you watch it, look away, look back, and
I
it's
fucking
boiling.
swear, I've timed it, okay? If I stand there and look at the water boiling, it takes like 20 minutes to get to a boil. And then, the next day I'll start another meal that requires the same amount of water, the same nothing in the pot to get started. And I'll walk away to go put a YouTube video on and come back like 2 minutes later and it's fucking boiling. It's bullshit.
Much to his dismay, Zitron will try and use this tectonic scanner right on the indent, because this is messing with him.
Oh, thunder!
Just doing good. Sorry.
God damn
Alright,
it.
using it directly on the indent gives you a very small signal.
Ah. Alright, change of plans.
What are you doing? You picking up ants?
No, I'm trying to figure something out. What if... Wait a minute, and he'll leave with the scanner, feed it into the creation engine, and return with an electromagnetic scanner.
Yeah, he just
Bird
keeps
has.
doing that. He walks off without telling anyone what is. Oh, hey, he's back.
Sorry about that. So I'm trying to figure out because I didn't hear necessarily anything that I thought I would hear. I heard what sounded like a chorus, and it kind of sounded like that stuff from last night. But we don't hear it here. But when I listen into the earth, I heard it, or rather, the moon.
That's very curious. I kind of wonder if this is really an uncontacted sort of thing.
Or now, hear me out. This entire moon is a sleeping creature, and we're all walking around on its back.
I was thinking maybe it's more like a station or an outpost.
I mean, all of those could be a possibility. Maybe not the macro creature possibility. You'd need
You don't know.
an intense amount of food to deal with that, and then where does all the waste go?
Well, first off, the ocean,
Base.
full of billions of microplankton. I hope I'm using that word right.
Let's
Close
not make
enough.
me even more unsettled about the conceptions of why life developed on Terra. And
You just hear Raven snicker. Hey, Jade put her hand in piss water.
Jade's gonna poke Raven with the stick. Poke.
Eh.
Well, anyways, that's my theory. Well, that's just one of the things. Scan.
so you do a
These.
scan, and um, the magnetic lines are slowly shifting through the scanner. Captain will look at it. Well, that's not normal.
No, it's. And then Zitron will just stop and then slowly lean up, aiming towards the other celestial body. Like he's trying to follow a line.
What if there's a secret underground society that we're just not noticing because they only come out at night?
Okay, so are you actually following one of the magnet lines, or are you just...
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow it up towards the planet, and at some point it seems to switch directions, and you can see it actually crosses over with a few others in one particular point between the two space-bound bodies. And you can see the field for the other planet actually encompasses this moon to a small degree. Um, and, looking around with the display showing you where the magnetic fields are, it actually looks like the moon is currently moving outside of the magnetic influence.
Huh.
Well, Vivian is very curious. She's going to go down and listen at the ground like Zitron had.
Oh, you're
You
also going
gotta,
to listen? Okay, hold on.
you gotta clear your mind, Vivian, and you want to slow your breathing.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
Okie dokie, let's see.
Just
Perception.
empty-
Oh, that's not bad. That's 71 plus, I think, 1. Yes, so 72.
Okay.
So she's got this really puzzled expression on her face.
Yeah.
She's kind of listening to it and wondering what it could be. Did it go quiet on her?
It's been slowly fading ever since you guys left the actual magnetic influence of the planet. And now that you're outside of it, you can't hear it anymore.
Oh, geez, even more thunder. Interesting. So
Curious.
she's gonna frown and she's like, it went away. It was very pretty. I wonder if it has anything to do with that planet. Like, maybe this is part of an outpost on it, or maybe it's just. I don't know.
So I have deduced something from the scanner, I believe, and it is that the big planet has the aura, and this little planet has an aura. But the big planet's aura eats this planet's aura when they get close enough. Or rather, it eats this whole planet. I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's really pretty on the scanner, and it doesn't look like it's working sometimes, because I can see it in my hand.
God damn it, Raven. Just listening to them passively, just hearing the word Ara over and over again, just
Ara.
Ara.
I knew it.
At least he didn't go ara ara.
The head empty, full of Ara.
At least you didn't go ara 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 ara.
Just starts punching the ground.
Take that, yeah. Take that, yeah. Yoda! I fucking love that. Yoda.
Anyway, so she's gonna basically frown some more. So, well, I guess you could call it for music, for lack of a better word. It disappeared, so I'm not sure what's going on exactly. It's very strange.
Oh man, I didn't hear anything.
Did he fail his perception roll or something?
Yeah, he failed.
Oh, poor guy.
He got to hear it last night.
You.
Okay. And more thunder. Holy cow. Not surprised. You're supposed to shift from like summer weather to winter weather in the course of like a day.
Oh,
So,
you too?
Oh
yeah,
man, that's happening across the country, huh?
it was 80 degrees yesterday on my way home, and there's a possibility of snow on the weekend, down to like
Yeah.
500 feet.
It was like 90 yesterday. I was like, God damn it, it's too hot. And today it was like 60. I'm like, no, it's too cold now.
You're like, this is not what I meant.
Cease.
But yeah, it's like it has been. Well, it started off kind of nice, but it's been raining and stuff, and now we've had hail and thunder. So I'm thinking it's pretty unstable going through there.
You know, I just don't see the effects of climate change personally. Yeah, sure you don't. Okay.
Well, I mean, climate do change.
Can't stand
Planet's
the
supposed
logic.
to be getting colder currently.
But it also gets hotter before it gets colder.
We're at that point.
Ah,
We're we're past due the point of the hot peak. It's supposed to be getting way the fuck colder real quick.
that could mean that it's just a load of poo.
We don't know anymore.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Not right now. We are
What are
doing.
you to assume that we've ever known? Because we're all crackheads.
You
I'm
most
retarded.
certainly will not sit back.
I will sit forward. Thank you very much.
I will sit square ways.
I am
Taurus.
currently lied down in a V-neck.
Jade is just like kind of looking around, like maybe looking for like little holes or burrows or whatever.
Oh yeah, you know, there's a hole in the ground every 6 feet. Every 6 inches.
Well, not
One
counting,
and a half feet, thank you. Okay.
not counting Zitrun's stick
I
holes.
swear to God, if somebody took my fucking camera.
Stoles, if you will.
Stills.
Alright. Well, I think we've exhausted this position. Let's see what else
Let's
we can
continue
find.
on. Let's follow something you guys want. And then I'll just Zitcher is going to put just 3 sticks in one hole before leaving the area, but he's still taking his sticks and using them to guide his path.
Vivian's going to continue moving forward in that general direction.
Wherever you were wanting to go, Captain, to follow the thing that, by the way, when I was in there doing what I was doing to make my item, my liberated piece of space station, into what it currently is now, why did I hear an explosion?
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Just
Scientific progress goes boom.
Tell you what,
don't
I won't worry about the concrete explosion, I believe is what I heard was the words concrete explode in the same sentence. And you don't worry about the possibility of parts of the ship suddenly reaching sub-zero.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief.
Well, I mean, that's the pot calling the kettle yellow or whatever.
Jade is being quiet on this.
If there's if there's a hazard of spontaneous explosion, I would like to know.
Well, yeah, if I'm bringing hazardous materials onto the ship, I'm gonna let everybody know.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, we're not done with this conversation, or maybe we are. I have a short attention span because I'm socially awkward. But at least I'm aware, and I can't fix it. 42. Woo! Just 208 more. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Just there we go. Now my computer won't think I'm trying to do nothing and go to sleep on me like a birch.
I hate when that happens.
Zitron's ever going to take a bunch of scans of the entirety of the EM sphere as they walk along.
Alright, as the captain is following pings on the cable underground, you take a few scans of the EM field, and let's see. As you're moving away from the planet, the field is slowly starting to align with what was magnetic north when you guys first arrived on the planet. As it sort of... I hesitate to say start to spin, because that's not what's happening. It maintained its rotation, it's just as you passed the planet, its face stayed aligned with it until you passed it. It's just what its
So
speed is like.
basically realigning itself.
It has to do with the way that the core is shaped. It'll spin normally, but when it gets close to the planet and it enters its field, it like slows down a little bit, and then the act of leaving it spins it back up again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's slowly destroying its orbital period, but you won't be here for that. And once the field's realigned to, I guess, geographical north, in this case, no other changes happen to the magnetic field.
Vivian's going to kind of keep her eye on the planet, and just periodically looking up at it, seeing if she sees any other interesting phenomena.
Alright. Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Dokie dokie.
Nope.
67 plus 1 is going to be 68.
68. Okay. There is currently a intense weather pattern on the surface of the planet. You can see long spirals in the clouds. Oh, Jesus.
What the hell?
Vivian's going to. At first, she's going to find it interesting, then she's going to be distracted a little bit by the sound. What was that?
Sounded big. And
Yes, it did.
in pain?
Could be. Should we check it out?
Normally I would say yes, but one thing I've noticed that's very suspicious about this planetary body, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, the animals only ever call out once.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's just a little concerning.
It's a little too consistent for my liking.
Robot planet. Wait, is that a thing?
Or maybe something eats them as soon as they make too much noise.
Well, Raven's still alive, so clearly that's not the case.
I am noise.
I should make the waves quieter. There we go. I'm further away from the shoreline now.
Those snail-like, turtle-like creatures, they kind of made noise a few times, though.
What kind of a yonking noise?
Yeah. Maybe if the cable leads us that direction, we'll be able to see if it's actually coming from the turtles or if they're just picking up the sound from the surface. You said they were, what, in like a spring?
Something like that. I just remember severe bodily trauma that didn't result in death. Falling out of the sky will do that to you.
Yeah, that's another thing. The atmosphere is way too big for this size of a planet. Like,
Yeah, I thought that was really weird.
we should be needing spacesuits for this, but
Curated garden world. Science project of some greater being.
well, it's
Is
not
it a
Terra.
menagerie?
It's definitely not a preserve, and it's not made by Terrans. It'd be really obvious if it was. Found
Yeah.
manted
But there's
technology.
harmonies we heard, though. Well, in that magnetic sphere. Perhaps it's I don't know, a forest park or something to whatever lives on that planet over there.
You mean like a national park? Like they have on Terra?
I don't know. It's just a shot in the dark. It's interesting. It seems to be unmolested by any sort of people, say for Raven and myself.
Eh. Bird is currently
Yeah.
digging a hole with his foot. Kick, 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 kick.
Just weird. It feels semi-artificial, or possibly like nothing here really thinks.
I don't know. We're gonna need to collect some more evidence before I can make any sort of judgment call on it. So far, it's not immediately lethal. If you don't touch things, it'll get Jade.
Yeah, if you're careful, it seems okay, but there's some things that, well, they do seem rather hazardous.
Yeah.
Raven, actively bare hand holding just a rock, goes over to Jade. Here, I found something for you to touch.
She's gonna poke it with her stick first.
He's actively bare hand holding the rock. Why aren't you touching it?
She's gonna take the rock.
It's a rock.
I'm sorry, because Raven's hands are covered in feathers and you don't have any protection. No, I'm kidding.
It's a cocaine rock.
What did Raven just give Jade?
It's a rock.
Okay.
It's just a normal
Hey,
rock.
just...
Neat as rock. Jade's gonna kind of shake it and jostle it around some.
It does not rattle.
Okay. Then she's gonna put the rock back down.
How are we doing on sticks?
On
We're
sticks?
good. I still have. Zitrin will count. 57. Wait, 58. 57 now, as he sticks one into the ground.
Alright. So,
I
problem.
extend the time with.
The cable goes left and right.
Does it split?
It seems that way. Either that or this is a main bus and we were following a branch.
Let's cut it open and see what's inside.
Let's not.
Well, it's a cable. It's artificial. So what if it turns off somebody's internet? I don't care they be fapping to weird stuff. Shouldn't be on this moon.
Why don't we search the area real quick? This
Sounds
is
like a
junction,
plan.
then maybe somebody came along and did maintenance on it at some point. Well, go on.
Zitrin begins to be investigative with a 66 plus his passive of 3 because he's failed that much, so 69. Nice.
Nice. Oh, damn, that's a fail.
Woo! I'm 2 more fails away from another point in perception.
Yay.
I'm gonna keep looking. Captain said to keep looking. Oh, wait. 50. Yay.
50 even.
Yeah, 50 even. What was the bonus?
Alright, you actually find another one of those, foot tracks. It's going back the direction you came from.
Ditchin will make note, and to even up his the stick count in case they need to split the sticks, as it were, he's going to break one of the 57th stick in his hand here in half, and just kind of stick it on either side of the foot there. And we have 56, which means there's 28 for each of it. Whoever needs it, if we go either or.
I think Vivian is going to dig down using her paws, not her hands. She wants to keep her hands fairly clean. And she's going to inspect the junction between these cables and see
Alright.
what kind of junction it is.
So, you dig down a couple of... Well, actually, I don't know, that's more than a few inches. That's 8 inches that you dug down. So, a little over a foot, I mean. And you find this very smooth looking purplish gray box with seemingly no bolts or seams that the cable goes into one side, and then two cables come out of it on different sides.
Are they all the same size?
All the cables are the same size. They're all this twisted, braided sort of black. It almost looks like a towing cable.
Shit.
The
Let's
only
see her.
notable thing on the box, besides its apparent seamless design, is a small white light that's blinking in the very middle of it. It's sort of a slow breathing kind of blink.
Okay. I have seen several things that blink like that. All computer related. So, let's see. Does she have one of the camera things?
I don't think they took a camera.
Oh,
That's what I thought. And Jade does, right?
No, Jade has the atmospheric reading thingy. Zitron has a camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna say, anyone want to get a quick clip of this for
Just
ref?
without hesitation. Neat. Yeah, get one from that angle too, and I'll just walk over and take a picture from the other side. Here.
Make sure you
That
get
should be
one with
enough.
the light on and one with the light off.
Yeah, I've got it on auto.
Oh, okay. Raven, what are you finding over there?
I'm finding that the urge to carefully open it up and see what's inside is growing. I do have a knife. I want to see if I can cut it open carefully.
We're not gonna do that. You still don't know where it goes or what it's connected to.
Jade, can I poke it?
I would recommend not doing that.
Okay, not poking it then.
And Vivian, once all the documenting is done, Vivian is going to just push the dirt back onto the top of it.
The captain will help you stamp it down. Sprinkle some leaves on top. There we go. That's good job.
I wasn't really trying to hide it or anything, just return it to being protected. So, which way? That might be a good point to pause the session.
Well, you know, I'm left-handed, so let's go to the right path.
Bird holds up hand.
What sense is
Why
that?
are we being so cautious?
Because we
Well,
don't
the
know
last
what
thing-
equipment it has on.
We space worked our way through the station. Why aren't we space working this?
Well, the last
Because
thing
there
Man.
is a visible threat on station.
Very visible threat on station, mostly understood. This is a completely new planet to me. I don't have any idea if there's going to be Terran descent defenses on this planet, if it's going to be Mantid descent defenses on this planet, if there's going to be Margite on this planet.
going to bed.
I'm gonna go make a drone.
Wait, what was Jade gonna say?
I don't know.
I think Jade can go do a slip.
Jade's sleepy. And yeah, I am going to end the session there.
Damn it! I'm on a cliffhanger. I wanted to scan the cube.
No, the cliffhanger is the captain mentions Margite, and they've never mentioned that before. End
Yeah, I
of
was going
session.
to ask what that was.
I just
Good
scanned
night,
the.
friends.
Good night, Candy.
Good
Well,
night.
definitely would have done that because, you know, that's what she do.
You can find out what the scan is next session, and Vivian
Nope,
can have
too late now.
their question answered next session as well.
Yeah. Because it is time.
It is the time.